All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Excel Tribesman podcast. My name is Kirkland, and I want to introduce you all to my guest today. He goes by Chop. Chop in the City is what, if you know him on Instagram, he goes by Chop in the City. So, my objective of this podcast is really to bring on the dopest influencers I know who are, in my opinion, absolutely killing it, taking us to new heights, creating out of the box content. I got to say, I ain't seen no skateboard influencing content yet. So you take the cake on that one, and that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see us, bigger guys doing out the box things. I want to see us in doing different things, even things I can't even imagine. I want to see it so that now it's possible, right? So now like even in the process of, I guess we're gonna start the episode, but like even in the process of like seeing you skateboard is making me think like my next shoot. I don't want to be on a skateboard, but I want to shoot someone on a skateboard, like doing some crazy shit. You know what I mean? So like I
You
feel
might as well
like,
try it though.
huh?
I was gonna say try it once. You never know.
What that man said on American Idol, that'll be a no for me, dog. that'll be a
I respect.
that'll be a no for me, dog. I'll try some things, but maybe not that thing. But yeah, I want to do like crazy things. Like I would love to shoot a campaign with someone jumping out of a plane. Like I would love to shoot that. Like that. Okay, okay, I take that back. I'm not jumping out no planes. All right, take that back. um, tell everyone where you from. Like, let us get to know who the man behind the photographs are.
Let me let me turn my volume off. But so yeah, I'm Chops. I'm originally from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Hmm.
Probably like where the hell is that? Shout out NCANT, Aggies. It's right up the street from me. Um,
Oh, um,
why you make that face?
I mean, y'all be Aggie with y'all Aggie pride.
Anyway, uh, but
I'm
yeah.
kidding.
So
Shout out to the HBCU.
nah, it's all good. I my pops. I went to another college, so I'm only partially offended. But so yeah, originally from Greensboro, moved down to Miami last April. Almost been a year, and
Shut up.
it's
You only been in Miami for a year?
yeah. Well, this time around, in 2015, my aunt used to live down here, so I kind of stayed with her for a few months and just tried to live life, and went back home for school, and did that whole thing.
Okay.
But yeah,
And then once you
this is like.
finished school, you came back.
Oh no. Oh yeah, I forgot. We get into the meat and potatoes. Okay, let me break it down to you. So, uh, 2015, graduated high school, didn't go to college. Mom's was like, go down to Florida with your aunt and just grow up a little bit, live life, figure out what you want to do.
Okay.
Did that, and then I came back because I was like, I want to go to college. I went to UNCG. After
Okay.
college, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Like ever since I was younger, I wanted to move to LA because I grew up skateboarding, grew up into music. It's like
It
LA's the
sounds like the
place.
place for you.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I've tried many a times to move to LA. Nothing really happened. The
Okay.
closest that and this is gonna be a whirlwind, but the closest that I gotten was New Year's Eve of 2019.
Hmm.
Um, I had been preparing for months. I was like for like literally from June of 2019 to New Year's Eve. I was like I'm moving to Cali. Starting 2020 in California, and so I applied to like several different jobs. I had some interviews lined up, and I had brought a ticket from Greensboro to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I was like, I'm gonna stop by and see one of my friends for a bit. And I don't know how long I'm gonna stay, but whenever I get my Cali shit figured out, then I'm just bought right on the Cali, and I'm not coming back. Um, Long story short, I got to Canada, and Cali just did not work. I didn't get none of the jobs, and so I
Okay.
was like, I'm all the way out here in Canada. Let me just make this shit work. So I
Okay.
lived in Canada from like literally New Year's Eve of 2019 up until like March of 2020 when COVID like started getting kind of bad.
Mhm.
So after that, came back home and man, I was a fucking mess, like emotionally, like I mean, cause like everybody can be like, nothing wrong with like starting over or failing, like that's part of your success.
Yes, that's
But
part of the journey.
yeah, but like when you're in the moment and like you wanted some shit so bad and you wanted to get away from like, your hometown so bad, and like
Yep.
you telling niggas like, yo, I'm out of here. And then
Yep.
they see
I'm
you
out.
yeah, it was embarrassing.
Um, I get it. You get that feeling like maybe you aren't doing as well as you wanted to do because now you have to face the people that you was like, yeah, I'm out this motherfucker. I ain't never coming back, and now you back.
But yeah, so I spent like 20 all of 2020 just at my parents' house trying to figure out what I was going to do. Ended up working for like a Bank of America call center.
Okay.
Worst job ever. But I
Okay, I did expect that one.
yeah, but no, that part is important to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So I was working from home, and I was like, 2021, it's my year. I'm finna be out. So I was working from home. I was with, living with your parents rich. Thought I was balling, but I was just balling because I ain't had no bills. Uh, so
I know what that means.
yep. So I was like, fuck it. Like I'm about to get out this year. I'm about to figure out what I want to do. I was already familiar with Miami, so I was like April of 2021. I'm going to Miami for like 2 weeks. I'm gonna like take on my work shit and just do what I gotta do. And then I'm gonna come back home. And then in June, I'm gonna spend half the month in San Francisco and half the month in LA. And that was my plan until like one day my boss at Bank of America, I used to be a supervisor, and like
Hmm.
my boss called me like he was always like hella wild, like just talking reckless. But one day he like called me like talking about how someone reported me, talking about I was cussing out my employees and all this shit, and I'm like, bro, like like I wouldn't do that, and like he basically was like, I don't give a fuck what you didn't do or what I should know. Like all I know is I can fire you right now. And he just kept on like say he could fire me like 10 times. And I was like, you know what? I feel like you want to fire me, so I'm gonna just do you some justice. I quit. And he was like
Oh,
saying a whole bunch
oh,
of shit. I was like fuck you, and I just hung up. And I like got so bad. I don't. This how mad I was. I was so mad. Like I had to release my anger, so I threw something. I had a fucking like, like them little Lipton green teas that come in like
yep.
the little bottle.
Hmm.
I don't know how the fuck I threw it across my room. It hit my door and put like a hole through the door. That's
Oh,
how
you was
pissed off.
mad, mad.
Yeah, like bro, can you imagine throwing a fucking empty plastic bottle that damn hard? And so
Oh,
after I was just trying to figure out like, well, I had to make a decision. I was like, all right, like, do I want to stay home until like I figure out like, my new job or what the fuck am I gonna do? Um, but I just kind of was like, you know what? I feel like I just need to make Miami work. Like it's nothing for me here in Greensboro, so let me just go down there. I kind of got a plan, kind of don't. Um,
hmm.
Let me just see what happens. And
Okay. So that's how you
let
ended
me,
up in Miami.
yes, sir.
Okay. So you said you've been in Miami for almost a year. So how is the experience? Because I see a lot of your content. Obviously, it's sunny, it's palm tree. So I know you in the sunny state of Florida, but how has content creating been differently for you from Greensboro to creating in Miami? Like, how has that been different for you?
Never really, I never really thought about that. I mean, it's been a lot better, like, just to say, but yeah, like, so when I was back home in Greensboro, like, I've always been one of them kids, like every nigga, well, not every nigga, most niggas growing up, like, I done tried to rap, I done tried to do this, that, whoop de whoop,
Oh, okay.
but I felt like Greensboro was just like too small for my personality. That's why
Uh
I
huh.
was like, California, I want to go somewhere with a fucking basketball team and like a big city.
Yeah.
Um, so now that like I'm in Miami and like I feel the same way when I go to New York, it's like I could be out in public, like if I want to wear some like blue alligator cowboy boots, I can. If I want to be in the middle,
That was very
literally,
specific. I feel like you got a pair of those.
yeah, I do. Um, and this is real shit. Like if I want to be like literally at the beach in my drawers, like it's whatever. Like Miami and New York, like there's such crazy cities where it's like people are used to seeing like crazy shit. So
Crazy
yeah,
shit. Yep. Nothing surprised you, shocked you. Yeah, it makes
exactly.
sense. Okay. Because I
I feel
see your
like
content in Miami, and I'm just like, how come when I go to Florida, I don't make content like that? I just be like, tell me the secret. And I was like, it must be the skateboard. Because I was like, that must
no,
be the
like
secret. Cause,
I feel like I haven't even really got to where I want to go with like my content, but
hmm
I was about to say that just being in like a city like Miami or I comparing it to New York as well, like it just give you that energy like, I could let my fucking nuts drag. Like I'm that nigga, like I just hop out the house, like whatever the fuck I got on, like, this me, I'm him. Like, what's up?
hmm
Like, cause
I
people
get
come
you.
to my
You're able to be free.
yeah, like people come to Miami and like I call it the flex city. Like people just want to fucking flex, and I kind of use that to my advantage in content because like people used to people like doing like some outlandish shit. So I don't feel no type of way where if I go out and like I'm literally in the middle of a crowd, with my tripod taking all these pictures, walking back and forth trying to pose.
So, oh, that was going to be my next question. So you take your own photos.
Yes, sir.
What kind of camera do you shoot with?
I shoot with the amazing. Well, this is just a recent upgrade. My price went up. Yesterday's price is not
Ha!
today's price.
Prices
But
went up.
yeah, so I shoot with the lovely iPhone 13 Pro Max, 128 gigabyte. Before I was just trapping off the iPhone XS Max front camera, uh,
hmm
just doing it like that. A lot of people think that I have like a photographer or like a DSLR camera. Nah, it's just a good old iPhone, you know.
Well, then now I'm really impressed because I feel like I'm a photographer, but iPhone photography is its own beast, like completely separate of anything else. Like it's its own beast. Like uh, it's not easy to say that, to say the least. So now I'm really impressed. Okay, now I want to know about this photo because this was the photo that really intrigued me. So do you remember this picture?
Oh yeah, I took it like last week.
Oh, okay. So tell me the story behind it.
um, really, like I was saying, like I feel like I haven't really like done a lot. Like, or- so I guess we gotta kind of really get into the shit. So, everyone who followed me, for those who don't follow me, we can definitely go more in depth if you want to. But long story short, uh, up until last year, February of last year, I was like 400 pounds. I
hmm
had weight surgery, the duodenal switch to be exact, and the whole year, like not only have I been recovering from the surgery, I've been living in Miami. Was damn near homeless at one point. Um, my apartment flooded like 10 days after I moved in. I had a
Oh shit.
like literally my job told me I can go on vacation. I come back there like, oh no, we're not giving you PTO. Fell behind on rent. Like tried to start a clothing line. That like literally right after I had a drop, I moved into my apartment. Then it flooded and all that shit. So I felt like I've had like so much shit going on last year that like I I wasn't trying to give up my goals, but I'm like, look, I can only do so much, especially
Okay.
like in personal dad and with my whole like all my homies cute clothing line, trying to like fulfill all those orders. Um, it was just like I feel like I don't have room to like really get out here and like show my ass on the internet and like spaz on niggas. Um,
Mhm.
and I feel like I'm in a lot better place now. I I was kind of hoping to like start the new year off with like a whole rebrand, but my mom passed and it was like kind of I had to readjust for a quick second, but also had to keep my mind on the mission. Um, but I know that was a long-winded introduction, but it's
No,
kind of
that's perfectly fine.
crucial to that picture because a lot of people don't know that like I've been skateboarding since I was in like the sixth grade. I'm not good, but like I still skate. I'm literally I got skate videos on right behind you. Like that's just a part of my culture. And so what I really want to do with my content going forward is just like really show who I am, not just like oh let me put on this outfit, but I'm really trying to show people my personality. I'm trying to build a community, and I'm trying to branch out a little bit more. And I don't want to just be fashion, or like style inspiration. I'm really trying to get into like wellness, whether that's like mental wellness or just physical wellness. I mean, because I'm sure you can attest as well. A lot of black men don't really, show themselves like when they go through like certain emotional things, or if they go through like situations where they're trying to get in shape or find new hobbies. And
Mhm.
so I inspire my audience where, I may not inspire nobody to skateboard, but they might be like, damn, bro, Chops on the skateboard. Shit, I've been trying to get me some roller skates. Let me,
Right. Right. Or
let
I've
me,
been trying to, I don't know, play the guitar. Or I mean, everything is that I do is for those same reasons. It's like I may not inspire you to be like America's Next Top Model, but I may inspire you to, look in the mirror and feel a little better about, what you see. And that's really my objective. It's like, I understand not everybody's going to be a model, which is fine. But like, I want every man to look in the mirror and be like, you a bad motherfucker. Like, if I can accomplish that goal, my work here is done. I can move on to the next Lord's assignment that I have. But until that's fulfilled, this the Excel Tribe is it for me. So I could definitely understand like wanting to just do things that fulfill people in that kind of way. So that's really cool. Um, what I want to know, what I want to know is, so you said you've been skateboarding since you were 6. So when did you decide? I don't want to say to marry the two because obviously you want to marry your personality with fashion, but like, when did you decide? I can dress. Let me see what let me see what this internet shit's about. Like, when did you decide to get into that lane?
so I've been skateboarding since sixth grade, but to be honest, like all of it kind of like merged together. Like when I first started skating, I was like, I grew up in the era like when I really started getting conscious of like what's going on. I was in the era of like Pharrell. He had the Billionaire Boys
Oh,
Club.
skateboard P.
Yeah, like that era, and growing up playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and plus,
Oh,
us growing
Tony
up
Hawk's
black.
really made skateboarding cool.
Yeah, and then us growing up black, it's like we always had that thing put in the head, like, oh, like you better not get your school clothes dirty, or damn, like you ain't got no Jordans, like nobody want no Reeboks, like I always kind of had that
I
in my
noticed
head.
that your style is very skater boy. You actually, I remember when Lil Wayne got into skateboarding. That's when really people really started being like, Why he doing that? And I was like, black people can skateboard too. I don't understand.
I was definitely that kid where they was like, man, he trying to be white. And then like literally 2 summers later, every nigga wearing skinny jeans.
Ha! And
But
Vans with or Chucks.
yep. But I kind of started, like I said, I've always kind of been my thing. Like I've just always loved skateboarding, but
Hmm.
recently, it's like now that I've lost weight, and it's sad that it has to be like this, but also like I feel like nobody can blame me for being the way I am, but like all the shit, like Billionaires Boy Clubs, Bait, Supreme, all that shit that I grew up in high school, like oh my god, I want this so bad. Now I can start wearing it. And I can really like the motherfuckers that I wanted to dress like when I was 16. I get to go back now that I can finally fit those clothes and fulfill that dream or whatever I had when I was that age. So
Okay.
especially
So,
like
so
past,
say it again.
I was gonna say especially like in the past couple months, like I went to New York in December and I brought my first Supreme shirt. And that's where I'm like, yo, like, I finally get to like merge like the skate wear, the street wear, and also I'm trying to mature my style up a little bit, a little business casual type vibe. So
How old are you actually? I actually don't
20,
know how old are you.
I'm 25.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. So you want to move into your like, I mean, you. I mean, I feel like the skater people, people who skate, they have a forever young look. Even Tony Hawk still looks 25 to me. Like I feel like there's a look that you like. I don't know, maybe because I don't know, maybe it keeps you young, but I feel like people who skateboard, they always have a youthful look to them, like not just in their fashion, but like in their overall persona. I don't know, maybe you can shed a little light. What is skateboarding the trick to stay young? Because if that's the case, I get on it. If
I think because like literally like every skater, they'll say that like skateboarding like allows you to be free and like kind of just like be yourself, express yourself, and I think that's what keeps us looking young. Especially since I mean, it is like a lot of people that skate are younger, but if you're someone that grew up doing it, you're like, oh, like if you play football, basketball, you gotta wear a uniform. But skateboarding is like it's cool to be like, oh, let me have one wheel green, let me have one wheel pink. Let my grip tape should have cats on it. Oh, like let me put some jeans that have X, Y, whatever the fuck on it, and it'll look cool in a certain picture. Let me cut this pant right here, and so you can see my leg when I ollie over this table, and something like that. So skateboarding in general just it promotes creativity, whether it's like in yourself or now like I can't even go to like a building without being like, bro, somebody should jump this 12 stair. Like so, yeah.
oh, you be doing that crazy shit.
No, no, I don't do that, but I mean that's part of like the culture. Like I like to see people do that. Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to know was, so you just moved to Miami. That's cool. So what's your like? What kind of things do you want to do moving forward with your influencing? Because I'm excited just knowing that like this is the beginning for you. This is the tip of the iceberg for you. Because when I was introduced to you, I actually remember I made a meme about it. You had your ear lights, and I remember I was like, his outfit is fly as fuck. I'm like, it just inspired me to meme. Like you said, big boys can dress, huh? And like that's how I was introduced to you. So, and that was maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. But like,
Mm.
what's next for you? What are you thinking about moving towards in the future?
Well, before I answer that, I do want to say like I appreciate you like fucking with me early. Like I remember exactly what you're talking about, and so I don't want to be one of them niggas that get on here and like not even like mention nothing. But I for real, I really appreciate that. You've definitely reposted me a couple times. I didn't even expect it. Didn't expect no type of acknowledgement. Didn't think I would get any. So real recognizes real. I appreciate it.
That's
Um,
a fact. I people all the time just post dope shit and I see it because I'm
um,
always in the internet streets. I'll be like this.
and you got, but I would
Right.
say
I'd be like, who doing shit?
what's next is really like I'm like it might be kind of like cliche or like might be kind of people might think it's bullshit, but really I'm just trying to like live up to my potential. Like I kind of shared early, like
That's
last year,
good.
yeah, like last year was a hard ass year, and then plus I start the year off losing my mom. Like I've been that type of person where I've had like so many things I want to do, but if I like one thing happened, I'm like, oh, I'm thrown off. Like I can't even do what I want to do right now. And like I'm trying to process everything I'm going through like naturally, but also it's like, bro, like this is life. Like it's always gonna be some shit that's a reason for you
I'm
not
glad.
to do.
I'm so glad you said that because that's people need to understand. And sorry about the loss of your mom, but I can't even imagine the pain, the hurt, the emotions, the everything you're going through happening just all commenced into like such short time frame. But I, there's always going to be something, and unfortunately, like yours happened to be like a very traumatic one. But there's always going to be something, and it's always about like how do you prevail
Yep.
and push through that, even though it's painful, and sometimes you got to sit the fuck down and regroup your because sometimes life throw you some punches. You be I can't get up right now. And I understand that. So living your potential is not corny or whatever you said. It's none of those things. Like most people don't live up to their potential. Most people die with their potential within them that never gets to come out. So there's nothing bad or wrong. That's an amazing goal to want to strive to be the best version of yourself that you can be. I mean, I just keep thinking like this is just the beginning and this shit is already fly. So like I feel like I'm gonna see an ad. I'm putting it into the universe for you. I'm gonna see a Vans ad of you skating down 100-story building. Like I'm just putting that in the universe.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate that. But to kind of get in like some more specifics, I'm definitely trying to get into modeling. That was something that I never really expected that I would get into. But the past year and a half, I've really grown to like want that to be my future. But also in the meanwhile, just trying to build up my own brand as far as shops in the city. Really start making some solid content, and just kind of make some shit that I feel like I'm doing a little bit of justice in the world. And then, of course, I mentioned like I had clothing lines earlier. Um, in
Yes, I
2021,
think I remember that when you were in that outfit, when your ear was like that, that was going to be your one of the things in the line, correct?
I don't remember exactly what I was wearing in the picture, but I think so. I think so. I think that was
Okay.
so. I have a brand called All My Homies Cute, which is just like literally I would post it on Reddit and like we started making inside jokes calling each other cute, and so I was like, let's just make a. I made a sweatshirt that said All My Homies Cute. That's all it was. And then I have like an actual clothing line called Exist Studios that I kind of like put like a lot more effort into. And I think that
Okay.
was what I was in that one picture.
Okay.
But really, going forward, I just want to. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with both, but for right now, I want to, relaunch Exist Studios because it was like my main thing, and
Uh-huh.
you know, just kind of solidify what I'm trying to do. Really.
Sure. All right. So we're gonna play a game of this or that. Let's see.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's see what you. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see where you're at. So Miami or LA?
I'm gonna go Miami. Uh,
Okay.
Want me to explain why, or is it just what it is?
No, go ahead. Tell me. I mean,
Uh,
because I felt like you were gonna say LA because you always wanted to go. So I was actually shocked you said Miami. Miami.
yeah, I don't like as of recently, I kind of really love Miami. Like, it's kind of like it's very similar to LA, but I promise I'm not trying to be racist, but it's like I love Miami because of the culture, like Caribbean culture, Caribbean Latin culture. When it come to LA, like I'm like I love the Mexican homies, but like that's like I'd rather listen to reggaeton and like dance hall. Like that's my shit. Like I'm trying to do that. I want to
What's
eat
your
Caribbean
background?
food. What?
Oh, okay. I mean, your love of fusion music and well, reggaeton is a fusion music, but your love of reggaeton and dancehall. I was wondering what was your background. Um, you
That
tend to
came.
don't hear. Hmm?
I was gonna say that came like literally the the year 2000. We stayed on like my parents' call, like the Puerto Rican side of town. And so, like, literally, like, all the artists that you could think of, like, whether it was, like, Daddy Yankee or, like, if it's fucking, like, Dance Hall, like, Beanie Man, Elephant Man, all that, Sean Paul, all that shit, I kind of grew up
Hmm.
here.
That was
My name,
the 2000s,
but,
boy. Woo!
yeah, so my whole
Yep,
life,
I
like,
remember.
yeah, like, I just kind of grew up loving, like, the Caribbean sound, whether it was, it had a little Spanish to it, or if it was, like, Jamaican, Bohemian, etc. So,
Okay.
but that's one reason why Miami. But also like Miami, like it's always something to do. But if you like, I mean, it's Miami is huge, but the really important spots they were really close. Like LA, you need a car. Here, I don't feel a need to get a car. Like I could really just hop in the Uber, pay my $13, and be like, in the design district or be in Wynwood in like 20
You
minutes.
must be in Miami, Miami. If you're it's only $13. By the way, I lived in Miami for a long time.
Mm.
You must be in Miami, Miami, if for you to be able to pay $13 to go where you need to go.
I stay in
It's
like
giving
the
Miami Beach.
yeah, I stay in Miami Beach.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I figure you that close to the design district. Okay, cool. Y'all lived in Miami Fort Lauderdale for a long time of my life, so I know a lot about that place.
Oh, yeah.
I think yeah, it's one of my hometowns. I got to multiples because I've lived in both of them for a long time. Hot pockets or pizza rolls. This is dumb, but I was like, let's see what
Oh
his fat boy food is your favorite still.
shit. Honestly, I'm gonna go with the Philly cheesesteak hot pockets with a little bit of Texas Pete on
Oh,
it. Boy,
oh, with hot sauce.
a little bit of Texas Pete just for a little sprinkle.
I ain't never had that now.
I'm
What
telling you.
what that girl said that on real? I don't know nothing about that. He's speaking the language.
But like for sure, like you ain't even gotta have the hot sauce. But like the Philly cheesesteak hot pockets was my shit. Well, I ain't had one in like a year, but used to be my
Those are
shit.
those are good. Good. So waffles,
What'd you say?
pancakes or waffles?
Oh, I'm gonna go pancakes. Only because
Okay.
I'm not a. I have this thing where like I don't like. I love the way syrup tastes, but like you ever? Okay, here's a question. Have you ever been eating like some pancakes, French toast, or whatever with syrup, and you get a little bit on your shirt, and you don't even realize it until
Yes.
later you smelling syrup?
Uh-huh, because you
That
keep smelling sweet stuff on you.
I hate that. Like literally, that is my pet peeve. So I don't even fuck with syrup. What I do, you get you some pancakes, make sure they hot as shit, and get you some. I use Kerrygold butter. It's some of the best butter out there. But whatever kind of butter you want to, long as it's salted, just butter that bitch up.
Oh,
And that's my vibe. Some hot
oh.
pancake butter on it.
Wait,
Boy.
okay. That's a very specific butter, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Trust me. I know how to eat. That Kerrygold butter is expensive, but it's the truth. And I was doing
I think
like,
I've heard butter before. It comes in a gold wrapper.
yes sir.
Yeah, that butter like $8.99 a pound. And see, with these gas prices, brah brah. Okay,
Yeah.
about that shit now. Walmart or Target?
Walmart. Walmart.
Whoa,
So, like,
why Walmart over Target?
bro, see, like, I'm bougie, but also like I'm humble. Like Walmart right up
So,
the street. Like Walmart has
okay,
done good many a times. It's right up the street. I can go in there and get a whole fit. Um, but I don't know. Target. First of all, back in the day, Target used to be on some bullshit. I'm glad they've like fixed their sizings, but they shirts back in the day, like the arms will be damn near cutting off circulation. Uh, so
okay. Yes, I know what you mean. The Massimos line.
yep, you know
Yeah, I know.
exactly.
Yep, I know. I know.
Uh,
Oh yes, I feel like they've done an amazing job with their sizing. Honestly, I like Walmart. I love Walmart. I just like Target like 1% more. So if this was like a race, Walmart get the 49 and Target get the 51. It's just
but don't sleep on
I
that. No
find
bound.
that huh?
I said don't sleep on no boundaries though. I think that's what the Walmart brand is called. No boundaries.
Well, I'm not sleeping on it. I shop at Walmart. Dope. This whole outfit is from. Do you see this Walmart tag? I shops in the Wally World. Do you see this outfit? This from Walmart.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't sleep on Walmart. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just it's just about Target. It's just I
I,
don't know. I don't know
the
if they
thing,
use different quality fabrics or the clothes at Target's a little bit more, but I feel I don't know. Maybe because Target is bougie. Like when I buy clothes from Target, I feel bougie too. I don't know. No. Target get my 51%. Just a little more. Just 1% more. But I shop at Walmart. Don't get me wrong. Like my last video, I did that whole like my whole look. You know what's funny? I always thought okay, let me say this. I'm glad we did this. So Target got better shoes quality and
oh,
options
for sure, for sure.
because I buy my clothes at Walmart, but I
Mm,
buy a lot of my shoes from Target.
okay, okay. I can respect that. You got a
But I
point.
found something on Walmart the other day that was $12, and I was like, okay, not bad. So
I
yeah, I don't sleep on.
I got like some Birkenstocks from Walmart, and like they was like 13.99. I was lit. Everything was cool until I got them jokers wet maybe one time too many, and just fell right apart, just dissolved. I'm like, you know what?
What up, Birkenstock? I don't want to look unfashion educated on my podcast, but what's Birkenstocks?
Jesus sandals. You know the Jesus sandals white people wear.
Oh yes, I have a pair of those. See, I got them from Target.
Maybe I might need to go to Target and get me a new pair.
I got them from Target. They was $22.99, and I love them. I have them in black. I have them in tan.
I definitely need to go to Target and get me a pair then.
So one more rapid fire question: Gap or Aeropostale?
Gap.
Oh, that was real easy.
I Gap
Or
is
you just drop an arrow.
for. Huh?
We just they ain't even in the conversation. Go ahead.
Okay, so like I I I'm I'm gonna give Arrow his props. Like growing up, like I remember I used to want to
That's the
like shop in
skaterboard line.
Aeropostale.
I feel like everything in there is for skate for preppy skater dudes and girls.
But nobody who actually skates is like, yo, I need that Aeropostale. That's not a thing. That is not a thing.
Okay, y'all go to Spencer's.
But like back in the day, like when like niggas was like on they mall shit heavy, like in middle school, like everybody wanted to shop
Hmm.
at like Hollister, American Eagle, Aeropostale. I couldn't really do
Yes.
nothing, but the Aeropostale online went up to like 2 or 3x, and like
Yep.
I had to expect that because that Christmas when I got them two Aeropostale hoodies, I did think I was the shit, but Gap.
See?
Okay, first of all, shout out to the Gap. Gap will make you feel skinny as shit. Like when I first started losing weight, and I could like actually go to stores and shop. I'm like in the fucking like Gap going crazy because I'm like, okay, I put the 2X on, and this shit way too big. Like, don't let me find out I'm an extra large. Put the extra large on, I'm good. Now I'm like an extra large in most shirts, but in Gap, I could easily get away with a large. Easily get away with a
Hmm.
large. And so shout out to whoever is in Gap corporate looking out for the big niggas. Cause you cannot say that like
Kanye's running the I think he's running the product line.
we ain't gonna talk about
If I'm
Kanye
not
right now.
mistaken, Gap is the creative director. Kanye's the creator of Gap.
We're not gonna talk about Kanye right now. I ain't gonna do that.
Well, we okay, fine, but like, okay, cool, we not. But that's what's happening over there at the Gap. I love the Gap. It's not somewhere that I frequently because that's not my style. But I love the Gap. It's a go-to staple. Like you will find, I feel like Gap has great quality basics. That's what I feel like. Gap has great jeans, great jeans. They have good like polos. They have great Henley tees. They have great like ATs. They have great I don't want to call them white beaters. What them other t-shirts called?
Tank tops. I know
Yes,
white
the
beaters.
tank tops. They got another name that's not white beaters. Um, I just didn't want to say that name, but those shirts, like they make great those shirts. I feel like they have great staple pieces in your closet. Like if you're just getting started in your wardrobe, Gap is to go to get like all your basics covered for your wardrobe. I don't feel like they have a lot of stylish things, but now that the person who we don't want to talk about is on board, I think they might bring out more like fashion forward pieces. But I like the Gap. I just not shop there that often. It's just not my style. But I like the Gap. So yeah, that was my rapid fire that wasn't rapid. I'm gonna draw rapid. I'm just call them questions.
One,
Because
one thing
it's no
about
point in them being rapid.
one thing about the Gap though,
Huh?
like I mean, the quality is great. But if you know what you're doing and if you use your little Gap cash shit, whatever, right, you could
Hmm.
easily go to the Gap clearance section and do some damage. Like, that's one thing about Gap. They clearance section do be right sometimes.
And
So,
then if you ain't got a Gap clearance, go to gapfactory.com.
clean up. You can clean up.
Clean, clean, clean up. Cause I done done that. I done been to the outlet a few times and was like, yeah, let me get this, let me get this, let me get this, and that too. Oh snap! When you get to the register, it's 40% off. Hold on, gotta get more things before walk there with spending $100, but you got like 10 outfits.
Bro, like, okay, so for Black Friday, I got two crew necks, I got a jacket, I think I got a t-shirt, I got literally like four pairs of pants, $150. Like, come on now.
What I'm saying, people. So gaps are great, especially online. They go up. Not sure what they go up to online before, but go up online. I know store I've seen is a 2x, and I've seen a 42 in the store, but I know I believe they go to 50 online. I think they go to 4x online. Don't quote me on that. I'll add the thing in the show notes, but they go up in sizes. Um, so before we wrap this thing on up, I want you to leave the people with a piece of advice that like you have learned over the last 2 years. I feel like the pandemic is a moment for all of us to like think we've learned something, good, bad, or ugly. We've learned something over these last 2 years. Like, what have you? Like, what piece of advice would you leave the struggling content that's listening right now, looking at your stuff, and was like, his shit fire. Like, I want to do that. Like, what would you leave that person with?
Honestly, I'm just gonna piggyback off what we said earlier because that literally like sums up my entire life for the past few years. Like, it's always gonna be something, but keep on pushing, player. Like whether it was, we could literally make like several analogies right quick. So I was 403 pounds. Now I'm like 220 something, and like, you know, back then I was not confident about the way I looked and XYZ. Now I'm smaller and it's like, my arms is hanging, like stomach hanging. I look like I'm melting. I look like the damn bug off Men in Black. And so like it's always, no matter what size or what position you in, there's always gonna be some shit that you may not like, but you really got to start making like the best of it. Where you, no matter where you are in life, whether it's your weight or earlier, like if it's your career. I'm trying to start doing modeling, but I got XYZ going on. At some point, you just gotta say, look, it's always gonna be a reason for me to cry, but let me just draw them out. Let me let them out, and still keep on, doping them
I'm
balls.
glad you said that. Let it out and then keep on going. That's a good word to leave the people with. That's good. So people where they can follow you if they aren't already following you, which they need to be following. But if they, are sleeping under some little piece of rock in like Idaho or something, tell the people where to follow you.
So, first, I ain't gonna say nobody need to follow me, but if uh, if you're listening to this podcast, that means that we have similar interests, and it may be very beneficial for you to subscribe to my content on Instagram. But
Okay, I see how you worded that. Go ahead, Blair.
Instagram is Chops in the City. TikTok, I'm trying to get a hold of this TikTok beast. But that's Chops in the City as well. Um, I I I haven't posted on Reddit in a while, but I definitely, my Reddit used to be cracking. But if you still need to, see some content, get some inspiration, it's just r/chop618, like the number 618, and yeah, that's where you can find me. Those are my main
Birthday in
platforms.
June.
Yes, sir. Are you going to judge me for being a Gemini on the last second of this podcast?
No, no. No,
I'm
no,
so
no, no.
I I remember like I took this girl out to this pizza restaurant in college. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I was feeling the fuck out of her, and she finally agreed to go on a date with me. So I'm like, cool. We talking, and towards the end, she like, what's your sign? I'm like, I already knew what time it was. I'm like, don't worry about it. And she like, what? And she like going,
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it,
yeah,
sweetheart.
because I already know, like I always get slandered for being a Gemini, and she was like, "You a Cancer?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Pisces." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Bitch, why you think I'm emotional?" But she was like, she started going on the real.
Those are
finally
all
she
the
was like,
emotional sides.
yeah. But finally she was like, she said everything but Gemini, and she was like, no, no, no. And I was like, huh? And she was like, don't tell me you're a Gemini. And I just like took a sip of my water, and like literally she was like, fuck, fuck. And then like shortly after, I was like, we just got to check, and she was Audi 3000.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, so that's what it.
Okay, I didn't know this how the story was gonna end.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm like so used to like getting like so much shit just because I'm a Gemini. But I understand. But I would like the people to maybe not put all of their hurt on all Geminis.
No, that's fair. We shouldn't do that.
But I
Well,
definitely crazy ones though. What'd you say? Um,
but
Kirk, we were. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. You got the two-faced side.
Oh, that's what you was doing. I couldn't hear you, so I was like, "What you?"
Yeah, the two-faced, like two-faced. So you just
Nah, I don't. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't even gonna do that.
okay. All right, cool. No problem. All right, no problem. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to the XL Tribesman podcast. And again, I'm Audi Gemini 1000.